TRANE self-contained water-cooled unit. Diagnostic. It has a diagnostic, so let's hunt it down. Compressors is under there. The VFD drive right there. It's a self-contained unit. It's a TRANE. So here's the diagnostic. It's next to you. Let's hunt down and troubleshoot this diagnostic. So compressor contactor failed, circuit 2. Compressor contactor is under here. So I think this is 1, this is 2, or vice versa. Okay. So I believe the fault is generated from the auxiliary switch on the contactor. Alright, so auxiliary switch down there in the corner. And there's another one right there. Auxiliary switch is on the side. So let's go to the schematic wiring diagram. So I believe there they are. I'll zoom in. Circuit 2 proven input. We just heard circuit number 1 start, so circuit number 1 is working. Circuit number 2 proven input, right? Contactor. Circuit number 2 is a diagnostic. So let's go here, and we see circuit number 2. Circuit number 2 proven input, and that's 1K3 AUX and 1K3 legend. So from the legend, see 1K3 compressor contactor. 1K3 right there. Compressor contactor. So that's the compressor contactor auxiliary switch. That's where that alarm is coming from, right? So I think that if the contactor is stuck, if it's stuck, that means this is going to be closed while the unit isn't calling for the compressor, and at that point it's a fault because it shouldn't be closed. It should be open while it's not calling. So in this case, the unit is not calling for compressor number 2, and well, let's go see what's going to happen to the input on the board. This is the 1U33 MCM multiple circuit module, and we are looking at P13, 10 and 11. So let's check for continuity and that the circuit is normally open, or check the position of the contactor auxiliary switch. I'm gonna leave my meter over here because there's like mad boards, lots of boards in this thing. 1, 2, 3, and there's more. There's always more. So I think P13 to 12. So it's J13. J13, P13. J13. J13, 10, 11. Alright. This is J13-1. J13-1 right here in the corner. So it's J13. The first one right here is 1. And we can also verify by the wire labeling. So if I'm going to count it, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these two right here, 10 and 11 right here, these two. Let's see the wire. Does that say 56B? Yeah, 56B is on one terminal. That's on 11. 56B, really. I'm thinking, yeah, right there. Yep. So I'm correct. Now let's check the. I'm gonna check for potential across it. I don't want to unplug it because there's probably other things on there, and the unit is running right now, and I don't want to stop the unit. So let's check for potential across it and see what we got. Should be like right now. Should be open. Should be open right now. Okay, so I've got one of my test leads on ground. Test lead on ground, and I'm going to test the terminals. The first one, and that's 10. $22 volts. And I'll go to 11, 0. So which means that switch is open, like it's supposed to while the compressor is off. So potentially is a faulty board. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna double check the other circuit, which is this one right here, J3, 10 and 11. That's for circuit number 1, and see what I got in comparison. Nothing. And nothing. So you know what, let me go ahead and shut the unit off, because this way I can unplug the plugs and test them for actual continuity, because I'm not sure about the voltage option, and then I can actually check better with the wires disconnected right from the terminal. So okay. Alright, so 10 and 11 and J3, and 10 and 11 and 13, J13. So let's see what kind of voltage I'm going to get from this one while the compressor is off. So 1, 2, 3. It's a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Actually, I'm gonna lost count. Okay, so here I'm getting, that's number 10, 23 volts to ground from the other circuit, number 1. And it's the same thing over here. It's number 10, 23 volts to ground. And if I go to number 11, nothing. And if I go to number 11 here, on the other side, the 10, 23 volts. And then number 11, nothing. So in this case, the wires is off from the terminal. So that means the switch can't be closed. So let's go to diagnostics and press next to view. Yeah, obviously we're gonna have some other errors because of the wires that are unplugged, or the wires that's on the same terminal. But what we're interested is in the contactor. Alright. Not interested in those. This right here. So we still didn't see any of this alarm for number 1, even though we have the wires unplugged. Let's see if I can create the same alarm for number 1 by shunting 10 and 11. And if that happens, we confirmed that the board is a problem. Okay, so now I have a jumper, alligator clip jumper, on the input from the auxiliary switch for compressor contactor number 1 now, right? So if I'm correct with my diagnostics, I should have an alarm for the same compressor contactor on circuit 1 as I do on circuit number 2, and that would confirm that the board is faulty. Now I don't care about these alarms because these was created by me by unplugging those 2 plugs. So I'm just looking for the compressor contactor. Alright. Okay, so that's been there. Oh, here it is. Compressor contactor circuit 1 failed, and 2. So that's the diagnostics, guys. That's the diagnostics. Make sure you subscribe and become a preferred member, because you know preferred members is getting videos like these like immediately. If you're not a preferred member, you gotta wait some time before this is released. Yeah, like it, love it. I'm out. Peace.